You really have some nerve. Do you know that? I mean, really, where do you get off?
Wait, what? Tim, what is all this about? Where is this coming from?
I'm talking about the yogurt that I have every morning. You know that I eat it before going to work, so why wasn't there any in the fridge this morning? Huh?
Oh, did we run out of yogurt again? I'm sorry, I really didn't notice that at all.
Well, then you should have checked that yesterday so you could have bought more. Honestly, you have got to be the most useless housewife.
I am really sorry about the mix-up, Tim. I thought I bought enough to last just a little longer. But I guess you went through it faster than I thought you were going to.
And just when was the last time that you went out to even buy yogurt, huh?
Well, that would have been about 4 days ago, I think.
You should be checking the fridge every single day to make sure that I have enough in there. If I don't have my yogurt in the morning, I seriously start to go crazy. You know this.
I know. You're right. It was a mistake that won't happen again. I'll buy some more after I get back home from work.
And I guess I'm just expected to get through the rest of my day without any yogurt. Just make sure that you remember to get some on the way back home, okay?
Of course. I promise that I won't forget this time. But by the way, it's almost noon. But are you at home right now? I thought that you had to work today, no?
Yeah, I'm actually just about to head out of the office right now. I just took some time off this morning to take care of some stuff.
Oh, I see. You were telling me that you had a bunch of time off saved up, and they were telling you to use some.
Yeah, well, there just hasn't been a good chance for me to take a lot of time off at once.
It sounds like things have been really busy at work for a while then.
Well, the whole food industry is feeling the crunch of not enough workers. I mean, if I wasn't there, I think things would really just grind to a halt. So that's why I haven't taken any time off in a long time, and have just been building it all up instead.
Wow. Well, that sounds really rough on you. I'm glad you were able to take some time off this morning then.
Of course it's rough. It's just horrible. And that's why if I don't have my yogurt every single morning, it gets even tougher. I mean, I really just can hardly concentrate on my work if I don't have it. And we're really busy and need all hands on deck right now.
But you said that you were going to quit soon, right? Are you still thinking of doing that?
Well, of course I'm still going to quit my job. I've already talked to my boss about it and they were understanding enough. I mean, you know that it's always been my dream to have my own shop, and I've already been thinking about how I want to have it set up. Once I have it up and running, I'm going to have the best shop in town.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess if your work already knows that this is something you're going to do, then you must be serious about it.
That's right. I'm going to quit my job sometime next year, and in the meantime, I'll be making all the preparations for my business. And that's why I need you to help me when I need it. You can't always be holding me back, you know?
Right. I'm sorry if that's what I've been doing, but I'll try and be more careful.
You really better, because this is just getting a little ridiculous. I mean, if I don't even have a wife I can count on to buy groceries, then what's the point? What in the world were your parents even teaching you when you were growing up that you ended up like this, huh? Maybe I should be talking to them about all of this and not you.
I don't see how my parents have anything to do with any of this, Tim.
Well, if you don't want me to bring them into this, then you need to start doing better and buy things properly next time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go out and get back to work.
Okay. Good luck with your work today, Tim. Let me know if there's anything else you need from me.
Okay, seriously. What is your problem, huh? Are you just trying to sabotage me or something like that?
What do you mean? What are you talking about this time, Tim?
You know what you've done, so don't pretend like you don't know. Where are you right now, huh?
I'm on my way to my friend's wedding right now. We talked about this morning.
And just who do you think is going to lay out my clothing that I'm going to wear for tomorrow, huh?
Oh, shoot. I'm really sorry, Tim. I totally forgot. Do you think you could just do it for yourself today?
And just why in the world do you think that I should have to do something like that myself, huh? This is all your job, and you're having me run around doing it as if I was the wife.
But it's just taking out clothes that you're going to wear tomorrow. Surely you can at least do that, right? It isn't that hard.
You really just don't get it at all, do you? It's not just this. You're making me do everything around here.
Well, I do feel bad that I forgot to do that before heading out for the day, but I think that you should be able to handle it. I mean, There's nothing else around the house that I haven't already cleaned or taken care of, right? I just forgot to take out your clothes is all. Surely you should be able to do that all by yourself though, right?
You are just full of excuses today, aren't you? We agreed to split the work around the house, and you're not holding up your end of the bargain. Honestly, you're completely useless. Do you know that?
I said that I was sorry, Tim, but I don't think there's any need to get this upset at me right now.
Oh, and so now you're going to try and tell me how upset I should be with you, huh? I know that your parents did a lousy job of raising you, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. When you have parents like that, you're bound to come out like them. Garbage can only make one thing, and that's more garbage.
Tim, why do you think that my parents are such horrible people? Where did that idea even come from?
It's true, isn't it? Your dad's company had a huge downsizing, and he ended up becoming a taxi driver. Your whole family is just a bunch of nobodies.
That's not true, Tim. My dad worked hard all his life to raise me and take care of me, and I really don't appreciate the way that you're talking about him.
Well then, don't even get me started on your mom. Isn't it true that she didn't even finish high school? I guess that must be where you get your brains from then, huh? I really should have known what I was getting into when I met your parents for the first time.
Tim, you're taking this all out of context. I told you that my mom had to drop out of school to take care of her family. But you know that she's an avid reader and knows a lot about many different topics. She's actually really smart.
I doubt it. Or else you wouldn't have been dumb enough to marry your poor loser father. I knew that I should have talked to them about my issues with you. After all, it's all their fault that you ended up the way you are.
Okay, Tim, look. If you want to insult me, that's fine. But please, don't insult my parents, okay? Besides, we live so far away from them, so how in the world is reaching out to them going to fix any of this?
I don't care if they lived on another continent. The fact of the matter is the parents need to know when they failed to raise their child well. And that's why I have to talk to your idiot parents about their idiot daughter. You may not understand, but that really doesn't surprise me at all.
You really do think that I'm an idiot, don't you? You just think that whatever you say is the truth, right? Well, okay, fine then. Go talk to my parents for all the good that it does you.
Oh, I intend to. After all, I know there's really nothing they can do to me. I'm the one with all the power here. What is the matter with you? Why are my clothes the only ones that haven't been washed, huh? How many times are we gonna have to talk about this until you finally get it, huh? How are you still so useless after all this time? I really just don't even know what to do with you. Maybe I ought to call your mom and make her do my laundry for you.
Oh, just shut up already, you little brat. The only mother around here who needs to set her child straight is me.
Wait, what? What is this? Why are you talking to me like that? What's going on?
You mean you can't guess who I am with that message? It's me, Tim, your mom. And you have been a horrible husband, which means that I have done a terrible job raising you.
Wait, Mom? Is that really you? Just give the phone back to Sarah and let me talk to her. And just why are you two even together in the first place, huh?
Well, that's because Sarah reached out to talk to me. She told me all about how you act as if you're always right.
Wait a second. You have to hear me out, Mom. The truth is that Sarah's just a horribly useless wife. I know that if you heard my side of the story, that you would understand why I'm always so upset with her.
The only useless one around here is you, Tim. You both have jobs. She isn't a housewife, and even if she was, you still shouldn't be treating her this way. But since you are both working, the least you could do is help out around the house now and then. But instead, you just put all the work on Sarah to do by herself.
Mom, you don't get it. We have a system set up to split the work, okay? I have my duties, and Sarah has her duties.
Oh, really? Because it sounds to me like for someone who works just as many hours as you, that Sarah also seems to be doing the bulk of the housework. And I understand that you refuse to help her if it's not something you think is your job to do. But the fact of the matter is that you're both married, and so you both need to be supporting each other. Because the way I see things, it's clear that Sarah is much more capable than you are at taking care of herself.
But Mom, I don't get it. Why are you taking Sarah's side in this?
Now, I'm not taking her side, but I'm letting you know that you're doing nothing but holding her back. She even told me about how you yelled at her for not leaving your clothes out for the next day. How old are you, Tim? Can you really not even figure out how to do that by yourself? I thought I raised a man, not a giant helpless baby.
That isn't fair, Mom. It's not that I can't handle the work. It's just that I was warning Sarah that she forgot to do one of her jobs. Besides, I'm always really busy with work, so I hardly have any time at all to take care of myself and do things for me. Sarah's there to help me.
You really are sad, do you know that? But I suppose this means that you've broken your promise, and I need to scrap all of this.
Promise? Scrap all of this? Mom, what are you even talking about?
I mean that I'm your mom, and I need to take responsibility for my child.
But I still don't get what you're talking about. What promise are you referring to?
Now that I know exactly the way you've been treating your wife, I realize that I have no reason to spoil you anymore. I'm afraid that you'll just have to get money for your store from somewhere else. I'm withdrawing my investment.
Wait, Mom, hold on. You can't do that. I don't have any other investors but you. Please, one thing has nothing to do with the other. You have to let me hold on to your money.
Of course, how you treat your wife and my investment have to do with each other. After all, it was Sarah who came to me and convinced me to invest in the first place. So how about you go and apologize to Sarah for all that you've done to her? And if she forgives you, then I won't withdraw my investment. But if she doesn't, not only am I taking my money back, but I am never going to give you another penny as long as I live.
You mean you really want me to go and apologize to Sarah over all of this?
You were the one who was always putting her down and saying horrible things to her. Not only that, but she even told me that you insulted her parents as well.
I wasn't trying to insult anyone. I was just joking around is all. I promise.
I really don't care what excuse you have for it. You shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. Now you need to go and talk to Sarah about this, because until she tells me otherwise, you're not going to be getting any money from me.
Hey, Sarah, I take it that you were reading all of these messages, right? Well, if you'd let me, I would like to apologize for everything that I've done and said to you up to now.
Hello, Tim. I've gotten my phone back from your mom. You can start apologizing whenever you're ready.
Okay, then. I'm really sorry that I looked down on you and insulted your parents, and I would like to apologize for both of them. I promise to be more careful with my words from now on. So, if you would find it in your heart, I would really like it if you could forgive me.
Wow. I really didn't think that I would see the day when you finally decided to apologize to me. You must really be desperate for your mom's money, huh?
No, it's not that. I promise. I want you to know that I've really thought hard about what I did, and I really am sorry. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I'm sorry, but I still don't feel like forgiving you for anything. So while I accept your apology, I don't forgive you, and that's that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break here. I'm trying to give you a genuine apology here.
That's just it, Tim. I really don't think it's genuine at all. I think that you just want your mom's money, and that's why you're doing this. That's also why I just can't forgive you. You're not actually doing it for me.
Sarah, you don't get it. If you don't forgive me, then I'm not going to be able to open up my store like I always wanted to. I don't care whether or not you really forgive me. Just say that you do, so I can show that to my mom.
That makes me want to say that even less, though. I don't care if it means you can't have your store. In fact, it feels rather good to be the one in control now, if I do say so myself.
Sarah, this isn't a game. I've been working towards this dream for years and years and years now.
And I'm telling you that I don't really care at all about your dream of whether it comes true or not. I am not going to forgive you, and that is that. Actually, that's not that. I also want a divorce, and I plan on suing you as well.
Hold on a second. You're gonna sue me? On what grounds? You can't do that.
And why not? You've been abusive with all your horrible language and ways that you've treated me. You really don't think that a court is going to recognize the psychological damage that you've caused me? I'm already talking to a lawyer about this, and he says that we should have no problem with the divorce or the lawsuit.
But my dream. My dream to own my own shop. You're gonna take it away from me forever if you do this.
I suppose I am going to do that, aren't I? I guess that means that you should probably just give it up. After all, you only had one investor anyways. It doesn't seem like anyone else believes in your dream but you.
You really think you can talk to me this way just because you tricked my mom into being on your side? I can always find other investors. I don't need her. I don't need anyone.
And just where do you think you're going to find anyone who wants to invest in your shop, huh?
I know there have got to be people out there. I won't just sit here and let you treat me like this. I'll show you that you're not good enough to stop me. Sarah, please. You have to forgive me for what I did. I'm begging you. I'm gonna keep saying I'm sorry however long it takes for you to do so.
Excuse me? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? I thought you were going to find other investors.
I know. And I asked around to all of my relatives and they all turned me down.
Ah, well, I know that if you just keep on looking that you'll be able to find some. Don't worry. Don't tell me that you're already running out of hope for yourself.
Please, I know that my mom is behind this. She had to be the one telling everyone else to tell me no.
Well, she did say that she was going to take responsibility for her child, didn't she?
You don't think she meant that she would do something like this, did you? Please, haven't you two already knocked me down enough?
I'm sorry, Tim, but you said yourself that it's up to the parents to take responsibility for their misbehaving children. Your mom is only doing what she thinks is right by punishing you for being a bad boy.
But I didn't even do anything. Please, you two are taking this way too far. This isn't even about us anymore. This is just you wanting to destroy my dream.
Well, of course. A punishment without any real consequences just wouldn't make any sense at all, would it? Besides, insisting on crushing your dream to own your own store was your mom's idea.
But she was the one who said that she would invest in this idea in the first place.
Well, I suppose that she had second thoughts after I told her about how you were treating me. She had no idea that her own son was capable of such cruelty. I suppose it's all she needed to see to know that you couldn't really run your own business way.
How is that even proof that I wouldn't be able to run my own business? Just because I was mean to you, that's the whole reason why?
It wasn't just that. It was also the fact that your mom realized that you were incapable of taking care of yourself. Not only that, but I told her the truth about why you actually left your work. I told her about how you treated all your coworkers poorly too. You weren't just leaving your work to open up your own place. You were leaving because everyone hates how you treat them.
That isn't true. I just have to tell everyone how to do their jobs because I know what's best for the business. My mom can't just guess all that from what you told her.
Well, I wasn't the only one telling her. It was your own coworkers who told her about how you treated them. You remember that time you sent me to your office to pick up some things that you forgot? Yes. Well, when I went to go and pick it up, I overheard some of the staff complaining about you. They were all talking about how they couldn't wait for you to quit so that they could finally get on with their work in peace.
Shut up! That isn't true! That can't be true at all! They're the useless ones, not me. Without me, that place is going to fall apart. They'll see.
I really don't think the situation is quite as dire as you think, Tim. In fact, it seems like a lot of the business's trouble was coming from the way you treated your coworkers. You don't have a single friend there.
That can't be right. Surely there's got to be a single person there with one good thing to say about me.
If that was really true, then surely one of them would have invested in your store or asked to go and work for you, right? But the only person who you could get any money from was your mom, and even she decided against it. No, you have no one left who you can borrow from. You're through, and it's all your fault.
No! This can't be happening to me. You completely ruined everything. I was so close. I was going to finally have my store, and it wasn't going to hurt anyone.
Except for me, when you start to dump store duties on me. Not to mention whoever it is that would have been unlucky enough to work for you. But now that everyone knows just the kind of person that you really are, you are never going to run any business of your own. After all, you can't even keep the house clean without me. Just how did you think you were going to run a whole business?
Please, Sarah, you have to forgive me. You're right. My mom is the only one person I can turn to now, and that's why I need you to convince her to invest in me again. I'm begging you.
For the last time, it's just not going to happen, Tim. You need to accept and just move on. Well, move on after our divorce and lawsuit, that is. After that, I really don't care at all what you do with your life. Just leave me out of it. After that, Tim went to the bank and begged them for a small business loan. But while explaining to the teller that he was at the bank because his attempt at crowdfunding failed and that Tim no longer had a job, the bank realized it was bad investment and turned him down. Later, Tim received a letter from my lawyer inviting him to a discussion over the terms of our divorce. I decided to pursue getting paid through alimony rather than a lawsuit, as my lawyer thought we had a higher chance of winning that way. In the end, Tim owed me so much that he was forced to take a loan in order to pay everything. But I really didn't have any pity for him at all. After all, it was his terrible personality that drove him away from his job, and it was his horrible treatment of me that drove me to his mom. Finally, though, it was his mom who had to step in and set her son straight. A few weeks later, I heard that Tim was arrested for fraud in pursuit of his store. He begged his mom for help, but she refused and decided to disinherit him instead. Now I hear that he lives in a tiny apartment working the multiple part-time jobs that he had to find in order to keep himself afloat financially. Thankfully, however, I haven't heard a word from Tim since our divorce. It won't be easy putting myself back out there, but I won't ever let a man treat me the way Tim did again.
Hey, Anna. The company are holding a welcome party especially for me tonight, so I need you to do my work for me, okay? Huh? I'm sorry, Rachel, but I'm almost ready to clock off for the day. My friend's waiting outside in the car. Excuse me? Did you just defy me? 'Cause it sounds a lot like you just defied me. You only work part-time. Surely you can be flexible enough to cover me just for tonight. You do know I work full-time at this company, right? I told you before, I'm not a part-timer. I just have a temporary reduction in working hours to look after my son. Whatever, I don't need to hear about all the minor details of your private life. Unlike salaried full-timers like myself, part-timers get paid in proportion to the hours they work, so you should be thanking me for kindly giving you the opportunity to make more money. I'm going home. What did you just say? Oh, no, you're not. I'll be showing up at the newbie welcome party at the bar the company hired out later on after my friend takes me to pick up my son from the daycare center before taking him to stay with my parents for the night. I'll probably see you there. Wait, what? You're coming to the party too? But I never invited you. I don't need an invite from you. We work at the same company and you're not even a manager. Anyway, I'm cutting it close already, so I really need to head off. You're not invited to the newcomer welcome party, you filthy part-time old hag. I might not officially be your superior, but there's an unspoken rule that full-time employees call the shots over part-time filth. You should know your place, woman. Gross. I can't believe you actually had the nerve to show up at the welcome party. I mean, seriously? Oh, and another thing. I thought of this at work today, too. But why the hell are you so buddy-buddy with the CEO? Seeing you laugh and joke together like that makes my skin crawl. I saw you eating lunch with him in the office cafeteria, too. You even show up to work with him in the mornings. You should know better. Don't you have a husband and a kid? What disgusting behavior. Have you no shame flirting with the CEO like some goddamn loved-up high school student like that? Someone really ought to teach you a lesson. If he's desperate enough to take a worn-out bimbo like you up on your advances, he'd be better off going with someone younger and more beautiful on a full-time contract. Someone like me. I have more of a right to get along with the CEO than you do. I mean, really. Who the heck do you think you are, showing up to the newbie welcome party on a part-time contract? You do not get to rub shoulders with those of us who actually work hard. Oh, looky, I just saw you go to the toilet. This is my chance. I'll have you out of this party if it's the last thing I do. Don't say I didn't warn you, bitch. You did the right thing by taking your belongings with you to the toilet. There's no need for you to come back to the bar now. It was so kind of you to get ready to leave like that before I even said anything. You sure do crack me up, Anna. I'm in such a great mood right now. Do you mind if I say it one more time? Don't say I didn't warn you, bitch. Rachel, give me back my purse. Oh, did you finally notice? When did you steal it? Steal? Oh my God, how could you accuse me of something so horrible? Remember when you got all flustered when I poured water all over you in the toilets? I caught a glimpse of your luxury branded purse when you were rummaging through your handbag to find something to wipe yourself down with, and, well, what can I say? I took my opportunity while you were distracted. You obviously have no right to own something so expensive while working on a part-time contract, so I figured I'd teach you a little lesson. I'll be looking after your purse for a while. Your money will pay for my drinks at the next bar. What? Drinks are on you tonight. Oh, but don't worry. I'll give you back whatever small change is left tomorrow after work. As for the purse itself, I'll have to keep it, because we simply cannot have a lowly part-time filth like you owning something this nice. I've kindly decided to give you my cute little purse in exchange. All right, that settles it. Since we're doing a fair exchange, you can't accuse me of stealing anymore, right? Rachel, please stop this at once. My husband gave me that purse for my birthday. Please give it back. Oopsie, no can do, sweetie. Anyway, how the hell do you expect to come back to the bar in that sorry state? You look like a drowned rat after I poured that bucket of water over your head in the toilets. Hurry up and go home and change your brat's diapers or something. Craig.
Anna, what's going on? Is everything okay? Where did you disappear to after going to the toilet?
You need to be careful around Rachel.
Huh? What do you mean? She's that new girl, right?
She's dangerous. She followed me into the toilets, came up from behind me, and poured a bucket of cold water over my head.
What the hell?
That's not all. She took my purse from my handbag when I was trying to dry myself off.
Your purse? Is she insane? That's theft, plain and simple.
That purse was a gift from my husband, and she seems to have taken a liking to it. She said she's going to give me back the contents tomorrow at the office, but intends on keeping the purse itself, apparently. She also told me she'll be using my money to buy herself drinks at the next bar you guys go to.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is wrong with her? Does she not realize how outrageously she's behaving?
Sadly, no. She seems to have precisely zero awareness of how unacceptable her actions are.
Holy Mother of God. Where the heck do we find these people? I'm starting to have serious doubts about the hiring team.
Anyway, I'm heading home now. I'm soaking wet after her little bucket stunt, and if I show up to meet you guys again, she'll probably just do something else to me. I don't want to cause any confusion and let her ruin the party any more than she already has.
Right. I generally don't think it's a good idea to negotiate with terrorists, but practically speaking, now might be a good time for a temporary tactical retreat. Her days are numbered now anyway.
On that note, can I leave the rest to you?
Of course. Say no more, sis.
Thanks, Craig. I'm counting on you. Hey, bitch face. Hello, Anna. Excuse me, I'm talking to you. Hey! Why the hell didn't you tell me? You never told me you were the CEO's little sister. You have an obligation to tell me things like that, damn it. Aha, I knew it. So you did forget. Forget what? I don't know what the crap you're talking about. Remember when I introduced myself to you on your first day? Hi there, Rachel. My name's Anna. I'm Craig's sister. What? But I don't remember that. Obviously, I didn't say it because I had any intention of imposing myself over you or abusing my position in any way. I just thought helping you understand the social dynamics at the office might make you feel more at home. But if you're the CEO's sister, why the hell do you always get to go home early? Or, wait, is that why? If you didn't leave early all the time, I wouldn't have mistook you for a freaking part-timer. Ugh. According to the CEO, you've been here for a whole 7 years? I know what's going on here, Anna. There's only one reason you'd get to leave before everyone else. You're getting special treatment because you're the CEO's sister, aren't you? You make me sick. You're abusing the fact that you're related to the boss to enjoy special privileges in the workplace. I'll report you to corporate ethics. No, the police. You deceptive, good-for-nothing lowlife. Shall I say it again? Okay, I'll say it again. Are you ready? Here it comes. I'm on reduced working hours. I know what that means. It means you get to go home before everyone else, including part-time scum, which is not fair. Ah, I see. So that's where you got confused. You don't know, do you? Confused about what? What don't I know? Reduced working hours refers to a specific system all companies are legally obliged to implement and provide all employees access to, provided they meet certain conditions. Huh? A system? Reduced working hours is a system implemented by the Department of Labor in accordance with rigorous legal standards to ensure that all employees have access to adequate time off in the event that they're required to care for children or elderly persons, such that a balance between work and private life may be achieved. I recently came back from my maternity leave, but I have to get home early because my son's still very young, which is why I decided to use the system. Basically, I don't go home early because I'm the CEO's sister. I go home early because I meet the conditions required to qualify for the reduced working hours system due to my obligation to look after my son. Oh, really? You didn't read our company regulations, did you? Does anyone actually read that crap? They're long, boring, and I don't even understand half the words. You don't have to study them in depth. Even a brief read-through would have been enough to get a basic grasp of the reduced working hours system. Besides, even forgetting that, didn't someone go over stuff like that with you during your introduction? I'm sure they did. You probably just weren't listening. Like hell I'm gonna remember pointless details like that. It's time for you to give me back my purse, Rachel. No, I want it. It's really nice, and I am so not giving it back. Nuh-uh. Actually, the CEO confiscated it, but would you mind getting him to give it back to me? I really like that purse. Like I said before, my husband gave me that purse for my birthday. Anyway, why are you so obsessed with it? Because it's the newest item in Louis Vuitton's Vogue lineup. All the celebs are wearing it. I must have it. Huh? It's limited edition and won't be available for much longer. I've never seen one in real life before, and I am not going to throw away this opportunity to have it for myself. What on earth are you talking about? Maybe you should get your eyesight checked out, because that purse is nothing but an old leather bag that my husband's leatherworker friend made into a purse as a favor. Huh? A bag? I mean, I guess it's not a surprise that you've never seen a purse like it before. Because it probably is the only one of its kind in the world, what with being made of a few old pieces of leather by my husband's friend. But it most certainly isn't an expensive brand, and it isn't as precious or valuable as you seem to think. Oh my god, are you serious? Anyway, Rachel, I'm pretty sure you have more serious things to be worried about than my purse. Huh? Like what? Didn't my brother tell you at the newcomers' welcome party? You know, that you're fired? Oh my god, what? Me? Fired? You really do never listen to anything anyone says to you, huh? Why would I get fired? I haven't done anything fireable. If you don't think pouring a bucket of water over my head and stealing my purse constitutes a fireable offense, I don't know what to say to you. Anyone with an ounce of common sense would understand that we simply cannot afford to keep somebody as dangerous as you at the company. Your official notification of dismissal will be arriving in the post shortly. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful from now on, I swear. Sadly for you, society isn't forgiving enough for that from now on to materialize. You have no future at this company, Rachel, and the sooner you accept that, the better. Ugh! Can't you just do something to make this go away? You're the CEO's sister, for crying out loud. Won't you tell him you forgive me? And why exactly would I do that? What? My son's starting to get unsettled. Maybe he can sense the fact his mom's talking to an unhinged lunatic with less common sense than a sack of potatoes. Goodbye, Rachel. What? No, please. No. This cannot be happening. Ugh, my life wasn't supposed to go this way. Are you freaking kidding me? I can't believe you filed criminal charges against me. You have to stop this, please. Losing my job was bad enough. My life is over if I get a criminal record. Not only that, but my mom and dad found out about what I did and they are furious. My dad was so mad he threw a plate of spaghetti at me when I went home today, and if I didn't duck as fast as I did, I would have been a goner. Hey! Quit ignoring me. How can you live with yourself? You're evil. You have mental problems. How can you be so arrogant? You think you get to go through life doing whatever the hell you want to whoever you want, huh? Well, listen to me, bitch. Your husband and son are gonna abandon you one day if you keep this up. Mark my words. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'll be taking your husband for myself. A little birdie told me he just so happens to be the hot young sales manager at Globex Trading Corporation. I met him at that client meeting that time back when I was at the company. He's as handsome as they come, which makes him a perfect match for a busty stunner like me. He's guaranteed to leave you one day, so I may as well take him early while he still has plenty of love-making years left in the tank. With your husband on my arm, I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I get a hunky young stallion to keep me entertained in the bedroom, and I get out of having to pay you compensation because he's rich. Anna! Pick up the goddamn phone already! A message from my husband. Ooh, what is it? Is he gonna propose to me? Who the heck would want to marry a loudmouthed bimbo like you? Huh? If you have anything else to say to me, contact my lawyer. Goodbye. No, wait! You and your asshole husband deserve each other. You'll pay for this, bitch! Ugh! You may remember my brother Craig asking the salient question of, where the heck do we find these people? And it just so happens that I found out later on that Rachel was in fact hired through nepotism when her uncle in HR fast-tracked her through the hiring process. When I heard that, her insufferable arrogance suddenly made perfect sense. As for her reprobate uncle in HR, he was demoted and took a sizable pay cut for his misdeed. As for Rachel herself, she showed no remorse and clearly had no intention of changing her ways, and if anything got worse, so I had no choice but to file criminal charges. I did receive an offer from her parents to settle out of court after they showed up looking embarrassed outside my house one day, but the color drained from their faces and was replaced by a look of sheer despondency when I showed them the chat logs. In an instant, they changed their minds on the out-of-court settlement and vehemently encouraged me to press charges before agreeing to pay me my compensation in one lump sum. Having a criminal record is probably going to make Rachel's life pretty difficult from here on out. But to be frank, that's not my problem. According to her mom and dad, her life going forward will consist of nothing but forced labor, constant supervision, and a 5 p.m. curfew, which means I'll probably never see her again.